Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Southampton Manchester United preview. It's Sunday 2 o'clock kickoff at St Mary's. It's our first away game of the Premier League season. Now Man United have had a fantastic start to the season. We beat Leeds last weekend 5-1 at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes got an hat-trick. It was his first hat-trick as a Manchester United player. We also saw Paul Pogba get 4 assists. Mason Greenwood got his name on the score sheet, and Fred also scored. Leeds' goal came from Luke Ayling. That was actually the best goal of the game. And we recently beat Burnley in a friendly 3-1. It was played behind closed doors. Southampton lost their opening game last weekend to Everton 3-1. I reckon Southampton are going to really struggle this season because they lost Danny Ings this summer to Aston Villa. They also lost Bertrand to Leicester. They lost Vestergaard to Leicester. They've lost a lot of other good players as well. Quite a few years ago, they lost Virgil van Dijk to Liverpool. They lost Cedric Soares to Arsenal. They lost Holberg to Tottenham. They lost Luke Shaw to us back in 2014. They lost Nathaniel Klein and Dejan Lovren to Liverpool. They lost Lallana to Liverpool, and they also lost Sadio Mane to Liverpool. You know, Liverpool have done very good business with Southampton in recent years. Southampton also lost Charlie Austin. Southampton did make some signings this summer. They brought Adam Armstrong in. They brought Valentino Livramento in. They brought Armando Broja in. They brought Romain Perraud in. So they were the signings they've made. Theo Walcott is now back at Southampton. He was with Everton last season. Southampton did have Minamino on loan, but he's now gone back to Liverpool. One of Southampton's key players is Nathan Redmond. I think he'll be in contention to play in this game. They've also got Stuart Armstrong, Obafemi, he's a good player. Southampton have also got Che Adams. They've got Teller, James Ward-Prowse. He's very good for Southampton. I think he'll be in contention to play in this game. He was out with injury for a while last season. Romeu, he's also one of Southampton's key players. Southampton have got Kyle Walker-Peters. They've got Alex McCartney, Harry Lewis, Jack Stevens, Forster's one of their goalkeepers. Southampton have got Bednarek. So that is quite a few of Southampton's players I've just mentioned to you. We beat Southampton in this game last season 3-2, we overcame a 2-goal deficit. It was goals from Bruno Fernandes for us, and Edison Cavani got 2. One of the goals from Cavani came in the 90th minute. And we thrashed Southampton at Old Trafford last season 9-0. It was the first time we'd scored 9 goals since the 9-0 win against Ipswich back in 1995. Southampton had 2 players sent off in that game. The last time Southampton beat us was back in January 2016. They haven't beat us at St Mary's for a very long time. Southampton's current manager is Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's been at Southampton for a few years now. He's got a contract with Southampton until 2024. I've got to say, Southampton were very consistent when they had Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino did guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League, which I think was 8th. I think Solskjaer will be doing his press conference tomorrow ahead of this game. I'm expecting Man United to win though, because that win against Leeds will give us a lot of confidence. Plus we've got a very good away record in the Premier League. The last time we lost away from home in the Premier League was to Liverpool back in January 2020. Our next game after Southampton is Wolves, then it's Newcastle, then it's West Ham. So basically we should win our next 4 games. Phil Jones has returned from injury. He played in that game against Burnley. Phil Jones will remain at Man United this season after Solskjaer tells him he remains part of his first team plans. Phil Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Jones actually got the injury in that FA Cup game against Tranmere last season. Phil Jones has been a long-serving player at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club and he's the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. I think Eric Bailly is now back. I like Eric Bailly. He's a very, very good centre-half. And obviously his future is in doubt following the arrival of Raphael Varane, but I would still keep Bailly as a backup, so if Varane or Harry Maguire get injured, then Bailly is the plan B. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. Alex Telles, he's still out with injury. He sustained an ankle injury in training a few weeks ago now. Marcus Rashford, he's out until October with a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Rashford did decide to have surgery on his shoulder. Edison Cavani, I'm not too sure about him. Obviously, he didn't play against Leeds. I think he's had an injury. Henderson, he's unavailable at the moment because he's been recovering from COVID. Not so long ago, Lingard had COVID. I think Southampton's only injury at the moment is small bone. I am expecting Raphael Varane to make his debut in this game. Varane to Man United was official just before kick-off against Leeds last weekend. We got Raphael Varane for £34 million. Obviously there's add-ons included. Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Varane is wearing the number 19 shirt. The Raphael Varane announcement was delayed at one point due to the image rights. Don't forget Varane had to quarantine in Manchester, and the other week he completed his medical. Not so long ago Varane completed his first training session at Carrington. But he is our third signing of this summer transfer window. Varane will exceed expectations in the Premier League, and I reckon at Man United he will replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid. What a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree as a player, because Raphael Varane won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid, and he was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them. He did make 360 appearances in all competitions. Varane's current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. Real Madrid did offer Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Now, this morning I gave you an update on Paul Pogba. Man United are set to make Paul Pogba the highest paid player at the club, with a new 5-year contract worth £400,000 a week. On Paul Pogba's current contract at the moment, he receives £290,000 a week. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Now, it recently said that Pogba is set to not sign a new contract this summer, but Pogba has refused to rule out a new deal. Solskjaer recently said he's confident that Paul Pogba will extend his contract. Before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract, and Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba was increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. But Solskjaer did say that Man United remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Before the game against Leeds, Solskjaer said he's relaxed over media magnate Pogba. Now, Sky Sports News recently said that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his contract expires, and it said he's set to join PSG on a 3. PSG are pushing to sign Pogba next summer. PSG are prepared to offer Paul Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Now, PSG getting Pogba this summer hit a stumbling block as PSG got Lionel Messi. But reports were coming out back in July saying that PSG were interested, and it did mention that PSG were the favourites to sign Paul Pogba, and PSG held talks with Paul Pogba's representatives, and it said PSG were willing to offer around £45 million. Don't forget, Mauricio Pochettino got quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again, and Pochettino played down PSG's interest in Pogba. But Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. Pogba put a very good performance out against Leeds last weekend. Like I mentioned, he got 4 assists. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season Pogba had a thigh injury and he was out for a while, and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Mino Raiola has been working hard to get Pogba out of the football club. He did a lot of talking last season, and he made an announcement back in December last year, didn't he? Saying that Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he has to leave, and he had no intentions of extending his contract. This is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Man United paid 89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. Yesterday I gave you the news on Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira is very close to joining Flamengo on loan until the end of June 2022. Flamengo will pay a loan fee of £850,000 to Man United, and Flamengo have the option to buy Pereira for €15 million. This will be Pereira's 4th loan spell, because he's already had 3 loan spells. Last season Pereira was out on loan with Lazio, and before he's had loan spells with Granada and Valencia. It's the right decision to loan Pereira out though, because he'll gain more experience, plus he'll get a lot more opportunities. To Pereira's credit, he did well throughout pre-season for Man United. Pereira's got a contract with Man United till 2023. He's been at Man United since 2011. You know, he's made like 45 appearances for us in the Premier League. You know the news on Brandon Williams. Sky Sports News recently said that Norwich were in advanced talks to sign Brandon Williams on loan. It's definitely the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out, because Williams is our 3rd choice left back. He doesn't really play that much for us. Brandon Williams has been a long-term target for Newcastle and Southampton. Brandon Williams provided cover last season at left back for Luke Shaw and Alex Telles, and Wan-Bissaka at right back, because obviously Diego Dalot was out on loan. Brandon Williams has got a contract with Man United till 2024. He made his first team debut back in 2019. Amad Diallo, he's 90% certain to leave Man United on loan in the coming weeks. A few clubs have been interested. You know, Sheffield United have been interested. Fabrizio Romano mentioned that Basel and Crystal Palace have registered their interest in signing Amad Diallo on loan. We got Amad Diallo from Atlanta in a deal worth £37 million back in January. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. And you already know the news on Jesse Lingard. It's good though that we are offloading players now, because it gives us much better chance of getting that final signing in this summer transfer window, because Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants to make more signings in this summer transfer window, or should I say 1 more signing. We have made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Aston Villa, we brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. We've spent around £120 million so far. Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer spoke out on Man United's transfer plans, and he said any more signings would be a bonus for Man United. We are now into the final 2 weeks of the summer transfer window. But Man United have enjoyed a good summer transfer window because Ollie's made good signings, plus he's received the backing that he deserves. Surprisingly, our owners, the Glazers, have backed Solskjaer, only because they've been persuaded to, because towards the end of last season a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford, because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. And Solskjaer revealed that the Glazers apologised. Back on the 4th of June, which was earlier on this year, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum, and he promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer would get the financial backing. The Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because they've put Man United in so much debt. They've been part of the club for 16 years, and they purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Ed Woodward, he said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer. He recently sent a transfer warning to Solskjaer saying that he's got to sell some players, to get more signings on the board. Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, even when was enduring them bad periods under Ollie. Woodward's leaving Man United. It got announced that he was leaving when that European Super League come into the equation. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. We got John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. And John Murtaugh has played a part in getting Solskjaer the signings he wanted in. And plus Darren Fletcher, he's part of the club. Solskjaer has enjoyed 5 transfer windows now. This is his 5th as permanent Man United manager. Like I mentioned, this season is absolutely massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that, because Solskjaer knows that he's got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, and what a remarkable achievement it would be if Solskjaer was to win the Premier League this season. But I say the signings of Sancho and Varane do certainly turn Manchester United into title contenders. Basically, Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to save his job, because Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. He said he knows the pressure is on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but he said the title race is open. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. He has managed 152 games as Man United manager. Quite a few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There is an option of a further year. A lot of United fans disagreed with Solskjaer getting this new contract. Solskjaer actually had under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. In a way, I'm surprised he is still Man United manager because, like I've mentioned before, we've endured very bad periods under Ollie where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. But I think with Solskjaer being a club legend, that's what's basically saved his job. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. The reason he got the job permanently a couple of years ago was reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. But I reckon Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, because in certain aspects he's brought consistency back. But I have criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. He does deserve at least this season. Obviously, a lot of United fans were demanding Ole out after the Europa League final loss to Villarreal last season. But progress has been made under Ole. He's got us to semi-finals. Last season he got us to the Europa League final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season he got us to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Last season got us a second place finish, and in his first full season he got us a third place finish. Solskjaer did accept last season that it wasn't a successful season because we didn't win the Europa League and we got a second place finish, and you don't get anything for finishing second and losing a final. And Solskjaer's made good signings as Man United manager. Solskjaer has signed 13 players and he's spent just over £400 million in total. He's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. On my next video, I'm going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for this game. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.